Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Rise of Nyarlathotep High Noon. Sorry if there's a little bit of audio technical difficulties. Just a couple minutes ago, I was messing around with Sirenscape, and it was fighting me. So, going around the table, before we hop into this wonderful tale, we'll all introduce ourselves. I am Lucas. I will be your GM for the evening. My pronouns are he, him. Lian.
Hey everyone, I'm Lian. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Snalgo the Great. And he is a Baron Kobold Baron.
Drea.
I'm Drea, and my pronouns are they, them. I'll be playing Trace, and her pronouns are she, her.
Cassie.
Hi, I'm Cassie. My pronouns are she, her. I am playing Bandit Shepherd. His name keeps evolving, and his pronouns are he, him.
Sade.
Hello, Sade here. I'm playing Charlotte Willows, she, her, and I am she, her as well. So let's go. And she's a hive mind saloon owner. So yeah, let's get into it.
So, the music is coming from the wonderful Sirenscape. So if you too want amazing sound effects and you want it to seem creepy when you have your parents over, you just want that general horror vibe going. So your parents are going, are you going to feed us someone? Are you going to try to kill us? You don't know. Fun dinner for everyone. So head on over to Sirenscape, check that out. And if you hate distance as much as I do, and you want to see your friends, but you don't really want to see your friends because that would mean that you might have to clean up, then go on over to Roll20 where you can go online and still have your messy house and play fun games. They have dice, they got game setup, they got maps. So check out Roll20 so that you don't have to clean your house. Where we left off with our tale, our gunslingers they were split up at the time. A group of them were over at Abigail's rundown shack as the shadow storm had completely destroyed it, and the other group had just managed to escape the shadow storm. The Group A, consisting of Bandit and Trace, had managed to secure Sheriff Ruff. This old canine was very worried, but still trying to put on a tough face, and they all went back to town while Trace was riding on the back of Sheriff Ruff. The rest of the crew, Charlotte and Snalgo, they headed off and they went back to town with the gang. They saw the doctor, Dr. Slice and Dice, an automata who just loves to operate on people, but isn't a terrible person, just likes to operate. And after getting patched up, they all went over to the inn, met up with the rest of the group, and they discussed some plans. Went over realizing that they actually dealt with the demigod of night, Morgust. Fun times. The group had actually started working together and learning more about one another, learning of Snalgo's great inventions, learning of the cuddle puddle that existed in the basement where all the Walkerists just sleep in a pile. Trace joined them, and Charlotte connected more with the hive mind as the next morning Charlotte sent off someone into the mines and lost the connection after learning that the miners were building some sort of large machine. The group went together, went into the mines, said, this should be good. They brought their gangs along with them, and making it partway down there, Charlotte Willows is able to connect with that lost member, heard a spooky chant that was going on from the miners, that the miners are all being turned into metal zombies, and then Trace went down to investigate, and as Trace was looking over a massive train that's being constructed underground, a metal zombie grabbed Trace and chanted something their way. I will play that again, just in case anyone missed last time. I'll also post the lyrics in the chat.
The pain they hold, the doom they seek, our world soon to be entombed.
So that's what you hear, Trace. That's being echoed to you from this strange undead. They have this suit on that has Bywood and Bywood written in gold lettering along the side, and most of them is gone. It's just replaced with metal and like a skeleton, and they have your wrist.
My instinct is to shoot them, but I'm worried if I shoot them, I will alert a billion zombies in a trench coat. So does it seem like the other zombies have seen me?
No, it just seems
Okay.
like just this one.
Can I punch it real hard?
Yes.
Okay.
So that would be...
Oh no! Well, I rolled 2 ones, so I think no matter what, it's not gonna.
So to give, I realize I haven't said so, but to give everyone an idea of what we're playing, we are playing Gunsight, a TTRPG all based in the Wild West, and we decided to put in fantasy into that good stuff and bring it into our world as we're playing this horror western. So if anyone is interested, check out Gunsight. It so far has been a lot of fun, but rolling a 2 on this. So you ball up your little fun, fluffy cat fist, and you punch this zombie creature in the face. Unfortunately, a good portion of its face is metal, and your hand hits this metal. You take 1 harm as your hand hurts, and it does not seem to have phased this creature. This creature starts trying to drag you towards the train.
No. No. Okay, do I still get to do things, or is it time for other people to come save me?
Right now, they're all down the hall. They're kind of just waiting for you. They're not sure what's going on.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it, I guess, because if I shout for help, it's gonna wake them all up anyway. So I guess I'll shoot it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess open fire. So roll plus grit.
That's a 9.
All right, on a 7+, you trade harm and choose one of the following. You don't get hurt too bad, -1 harm. You inflict terrible harm, +1. You create an opening or opportunity for an ally, and they get +1 moving forward. You cover an ally, or you secure a rough course.
I would like to inflict terrible harm.
Okay. So this creature has your wrist, and it's pulling you forward. You pull out one of your 2 pistols and just aim it right at the back of this thing's head. You pull the trigger. All 3 of you and your gangs, hear this resounding bang. And the creature's head just explodes everywhere. These pieces of metal and skull, as its hand doesn't seem to let go on you. Instead, it seems to be squeezing harder, which means that you're just taking 1 harm from this thing hurting your wrist. But you have destroyed it. But now all the other zombies are starting to turn towards you. You see that there are some people, they look fairly all right. They just have pieces of metal on them. They're using like their tools to create like large pieces for this train, or smaller ones. And there are some though that have looked like they've been down here for a long time. But I will jump over to the other 3. You hear this gun go off.
Snalgo hears that and he's like, "What was that?"
Well, that can't be too good now. Must be they got started. So Charlotte takes out her tiny little pistol, and she's gonna round the corner to get to see what's going on. If anyone wants to follow, now's the time, I'm guessing.
Well, boss, are we going down there?
Yeah, I think we better. But you know what? Let's go round that other way. And he points at that side passage that he found earlier, and just in case.
All right, sounds good. So they just kind of like point with their chin, and the rest see, and they follow along. The walrus are herding around you, Bandit, as they seem frightened of the gunfire.
No, it's all right. I know it's going to get scary here, guys, but we got a job to do. We got to protect our friends. Once you're in the cuddle puddle, you're part of the gang, and we gotta protect each other.
They nod solemnly and all start pulling out these rifles that, like, they're almost like clads. They're just putting pieces together. They're all quickly building, because Walkers are known for being quite savvy with scrounging for tech, and so they all have these like fairly large-sized rifles together, and they're all just nodding at you.
And I know it's not strictly applicable because we're not like robbing people, but I have a skill called fucking thieves. And could I like use that as we're in the tunnels to find some dynamite or something?
Hell yeah.
Like pilfer? Yeah.
Oh. You're stealing from a mining company right now. That's good.
Let's blow this train up.
That's going to be a 10.
Alrighty, you find a cache that is set off to the side, and it hasn't been damaged, so it's just fresh. It says dynamite, be careful, get away from this gym, and there's just all these signs all around it. There's little pictures of people like exploding and flying in pieces.
Perfect. How many pieces can I steal so I can keep track?
If you're getting your gang to take some, I'd say you'd all have probably like 2 pieces each, and you'd empty the crate.
Score. Okay, so that's 2 for potato peeler, 2 for cuddler, 2 for me. Awesome.
How about you, Charlotte?
Charlotte's going to follow the gunfire, and because it sounds like if shooting is getting ready, it's just starting right away, then that can't be good, and Trace needs help. So she's gonna head in to see what's going on. Gun at the ready.
All right, so you're all rushing down this hallway, and we go back to Trace. So Trace, there is a lot of these, but you've got the extra hand off of your wrist now. You got both hands free. And what would you like to do?
How many zombies are we talking?
Let's use the power of dice. We are looking at 12.
That is too many. Okay. All right. I would like to regroup with my friends. I would like to hustle back and regroup.
All right, so you start hustling, and you're like running on all fours. Your tail is puffed up. You're moving. All of you hear the sound, and because it just reverberates through this whole area. You hear the sound of this train whistle go off.
Oh no! Oh no!
They got a whole train down here?
Can a train even fit down here? Do we meet up with Chase already?
You run into Trace, who's a little scuffed up and puffed up.
Do we still feel okay after hearing the train? We don't
feel.
Okay. Okay. It's very suspicious.
It's an open fight. I'm assuming you got attacked by one of those things.
Things are bad down there. There's a train. Can we blow it up?
At that, all of the walruses just hold up 2 sticks of dynamite each.
Perfect. All right.
So our goal is to explode the train and get out of here.
All right.
Yeah, yes.
What was the terms of like the bounty? Is it just to find out what was going on in the mines? And that's it?
Find out, like, just do a good investigation and come on back and let ST3B3 know so they can try to clean it up.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you hear this train, and you have the dynamite at the ready. As you start making your way back, you can start hearing these chanting of purpose.
We have a purpose.
And I am going to hold up this Lovely little guy.
Uh-oh.
When I hold up the Mind Flare for our games, that is a warning that we're about to dip into some heavy body horror, and boy, oh boy, are we going to have some today. When I bring this down, that means the body horror is over, and I'll try to give you a TLDR of what happened, and do my best to make sure it's not as terrifying. But I'll give you a few seconds to mute your thing if you need it. All right. So, you're all heading down there. You got the dynamite at the ready. You see these people. These zombies are moving towards, and some of them look like your average citizens, just regular miners. They don't even look like zombies, just a couple pieces of metal on them. And they keep chanting about having a purpose. You watch as they move up to the train. They get down near where the wheels should go. You hear the snapping and cracking of their bodies as they're forming these perfect, like, half circles. And they're linking together, becoming the wheels of this train. You just watch as they start intertwining. Their arms are twisting together and becoming these humanoid wheels as the train is starting up. And you can hear the sounds of the steam. So they head on down there with their dynamite, see people becoming wheels for this train. And they just keep chanting and smiling. We have a purpose. We have a purpose.
I don't think we can save them, so I think we better not worry about it.
Oh, I heard that there was a train down here, but I didn't know that the train was made of people.
Says Snalgo from across the room.
How's it going over there?
What?
So I agree with you, Trace. I think it's time to blow this popsicle stand. Yeah. I tried to make a joke. It's making light of humor.
It's okay. We're all stressed. Well,
dynamite.
All right, Bandit, are you laying down this dynamite?
Well, I don't feel right killing innocent folk, but well, I don't know what to do about a demon body train, so yeah, I suppose we are.
All right, I need you to act under fire.
Okay, hang on, I need to pull up the rules for that.
That's plus rattle.
Oh, okay, cool.
And if there's any way for Charlotte and I to help, I think all we're doing is like helping.
Would it be intervening if anyone's trying to?
Yeah, you can use intervene.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's gonna be a reputable 7.
Okay.
Okay. And then
So if everyone intervenes, it's possible to get up to a 10.
okay, so intervene is plus history. So
I also have a move called Unseen Hand, where if I intervene with
11.
another player, I get a bonus +2.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh.
That's rad.
and I got a 10.
Nice.
We're protecting the walruses.
Yeah.
So of course we get all the boosts possible to do this thing.
Everybody loves the walruses.
Save the babies.
I got, so plus history, plus... I also got a 10.
And Charlotte?
I got 11. So like,
All right.
yeah.
Oh.
I was like,
Golly.
excited about that.
That's a full house over here.
So this train is fairly large. It's this old steam engine, but it's this shiny silver. And you see the parts of it are very intricate. And as you're getting closer, you see like it's intricate because it's like hands coming up like people. Like this train seems to be just have like steel poured over a lot of different people and like put together this train shape. But while you're there and you're pulling the walkers back, because like they get a little too close and they start like putting down the dynamite, these two large hands form out of the side of the train, these arms. It's like these skeletal hands. And they're going to like grab at the walkers, and it's almost with comedic timing that you just like a walrus puts the dynamite down, you scoop up a walrus, and the hand comes down to try to grab the walrus.
Good.
And so the dynamite is set, and you have a fuse that's moving away that Bandit is taking care of. And you hear this voice. This voice just booms out of this place.
All aboard.
No.
No, thank you.
No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm staying here.
And in horrific Thomas the Tank Engine fashion, this skeletal-like face starts forming on the front of the train with these flames licking out of its mouth.
No.
I imagine you're lighting the fuse on that dynamite.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a lot of nopes as you are lighting that fuse.
No.
You watch as it's going down and it starts moving towards the train, and then a thought clicks in your mind. We're underground and we just set a lot of explosives up in the same room as us. So everyone, I need you all to act under fire as you realize you have to get the hell out of here.
Everybody take cover.
Which one is it? Like
Plus
rattle.
Oh.
Oh Lord, that's a 12. The Walker's gang sees this and they're like, "Oh wait, oh God!" And they
You were
take
already
off down the
starting to
tunnels.
wander.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
Go ahead.
I got a 10.
I got an 11, and
Hey,
Snuggle
8.
dives for cover.
Mixed success. Oh yeah.
Alrighty.
Let's see how that goes.
So you all start running because it's dynamite. So you are rushing out of there. The hands are reaching around. They're grabbing supplies and putting them onto this train. As you watch this spark go, most of you make it out of the vicinity. But Charlotte, you are so close. And your one person is running beside you, and this hand is coming for you. They check you out of the way as you go rolling over to where the walrus are, and you watch as your companion is lifted up into the air and placed onto the train.
That was like my final guy, right? Okay.
And then
Oh, no.
Man, I
explosions
lost one
start
each
happening.
one episode. I was realizing that.
He's not necessarily dead. He just got put on the train. So explosions start going off, and the cave just collapses in behind you. You hear this howl coming out from in there, and thuds as these large rocks are just slamming down into the ground. And you hear from your group, Snalgo, "Oh, boss, I told you, don't like mines. And this is what you get. This is what you get when you go down in a mine. You get weird, creepy people trains."
You know, that's fair. I hear that's a common thing that you find in mines.
Yeah, that's why I
Is
don't
it
go.
really?
Ain't natural.
Do we see? Okay, so it caved in behind us. Do we see the train at all?
No. Seems you don't even hear sounds of the train either.
But we've only been on stream for 35 minutes, so I'm very nervous.
Yeah, that's good to be nervous.
Just a,
No, it's
just a tad.
fine. Everybody
probably
goes
okay.
home. We have a drink, and it's great. We get paid. Nobody dies.
1,000
Walkerses
gold.
are all safe.
Yeah.
Charlotte,
Mm-hmm.
can you hear what's going on with your train friend?
Let's see. Can I what do I need to do to find out? That's like scout, I'm assuming, to find out.
Yeah, but you can roll plus shine.
Okay. No. I got 6, so I didn't even get to 7. So no.
You just hear this voice come over going, "Charlotte, get the hell out of here. This train ain't done." And then the voice cuts out.
He cut off. But apparently saying something about the train ain't done. So I'm not sure if the explosions actually worked or not.
Let's run.
Yeah.
Let's run.
Yeah. Sounds good. And she just like starts like briskly like
We run.
Snalgo and his gang meet back up with the group in the junction of tunnels and joins in the running and says, "So what's the plan now?"
Well, I'm assuming we technically did our job, right?
Can we throw more dynamite behind us?
Did they use up all the dynamite?
Yeah, we're gonna have to find more dynamite along the way, but it ain't stealing if you're stealing from capitalists. So
That's fair.
So we're gonna like try to get more dynamite and make sure that train don't bust out, or
Otherwise, I just have to shoot at the wall. So I think yes.
all right. Are we out of the line, or are we like still like
You're kind of running up, like you're gradually going on a slope, but
Mhm.
you can definitely start looking around. I would say, Bandit, you can roll your move again if you'd like.
okay. That's gonna be a 9.
So you
Dice
do
are
find
behaving.
about half a case full. So there's about 6 pieces in there.
Well, hot diggity. Got ourselves some more boomsticks.
Well, aren't you lucky? All right. So line it up and then Trace, you shoot it with your trick shot.
Seems good to me. All right. So we throw dynamite and run further away from it so I can shoot it. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so roll plus rattle as you're taking down these sticks of dynamite. Unless you got something special for like trick shots or something.
I only have something special for showdowns, and
Okay.
since I don't think the dynamite's shooting me, that's a 9.
All right, so you fire and like you hit most of them. One of them seems to be a bit of a dud as you hit it, but the other ones are going off, and you see more of the tunnel is collapsing in on itself. But now it's very unstable down here. You see that like every so often, just more dust and dirt come falling down from the ceilings while you're moving.
We ought to get out of here.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
You all run out of this mine, and it has dipped more into the evening. People are wandering around. They think that everything's fine because what do they know? They're just hanging out in this desert town, ST3v3's Gulch. When suddenly you all hear the sound of a train whistle.
God damn it.
What would you like to do?
Can we tell where the train whistle is coming from?
It's like a low vibration. You're not sure if it's like directly the tunnel, but it's definitely that kind of direction.
All right, we should fill ST3v3 in very quickly, get our payment, and then skedaddle.
I completely concur with that notion.
I'm not sure there's time for that, but we can try.
So you start looking around town for ST3B3. Someone roll me a scout. That is
I'm not
plus
good at
wits.
that.
Okay. I'll do. 7.
So you're looking around. You manage to find Billy, who's leading a number of these beautiful, majestic spider horses. So these spider horses are these 8-legged horses. Their legs go up and down and end in hooves like it's spider legs, but horses. It has 8 horse eyes, and its mouth opens like those vampires from Blade, I think it was Blade 2, where it like opens in 3 parts, the one at the bottom and 2 in the sides, and it's just regular horse teeth along it. And these majestic arachnid steeds are used by a lot of people to travel the deserts, but they're a little bit more expensive than lizard emus. And Billy is leading some of them going,
Oh, Charlotte, there you are. ST3v3 told me to look for you.
Oh, what happened?
Well, they said it feels like it's getting mighty dangerous in this town with some seismic activity, and they took off. But they did say to let you know that they're going to come back in a week's time with your pay.
Unfortunately, it might not be a week later. It seems like that seismic activity might be something that's more on the apocalyptic side now. I think something's going on in those mines, and it's coming out, I'm assuming.
the ground starts rumbling. You see little rocks are bouncing on the grounds.
Oh, settle down there, Buttercup. It's gonna be all right. What in tarnation is this?
We're going to need to commandeer your spider horses. Please and thank you.
I think
No.
maybe we ought to round up them townsfolk, get them to safety.
Yeah, we might have to like evacuate the town in general.
Well, they can go
Yeah.
to my town. And he turns to his right-hand man and he says, Jonesy,
Yeah.
I think you could take a couple of our men and round up them townsfolk and get them out of Dodge?
Yeah, no problem. We'll do it at gunpoint. They move faster. All right, boys.
All right, sure.
And I'll start pulling out their pistols, going like, "Get out of here!" Like jumping into places. You always know that your people are a little more passionate about their work. So Billy looks over at the four of you.
Now, if it was anyone else asking to use my majestic, beautiful, gentle spider horses, I'd say no. I'd say no. These beautiful steeds have to be treated right, but knowing that Charlotte's here with you, I believe I can trust all of you with their lives.
Like Charlotte's gonna feel a little touched, even though stuff is going on behind them. And it's just like, oh wow, thank you, Bailey. That means the world to me. I won't let you down on that. And she just like nods her head to him, and is like, all right. Like, so spider horses, majestic and all, beautiful.
Trace jumps on a terrifying spider horse and hopes they don't become part of a train.
The spider horse turns to you. It opens up its three parts of its mouth, and you watch as this wad of webbing balls up. It shoots past you and catches a little bird and pulls it in, and then turns its head.
My God.
Well, you know they get a little hungry now and then, but ain't nothing like a nice sweet treat for the ride.
Who doesn't love a fresh bird? It's no chicken, but, it'll do.
Oh, those are too big.
All right, so you're all mounting on these spider horses. Billy is also grabbing one and hopping on. Their cowboy hat is almost as big as they are as they're getting situated. You see a lot of townsfolk are like angry. They have like bags under their arms as they're getting kicked out of their houses. Your men are enjoying this way too much, Snalgo. So just like, get out of here. And then like a few of them go by Dr. Slice and Dice's place like, we'll save this one for last. And they just kind of go around it. And then it happens. This train smashes through the center of this town. This train has this massive skeletal face on it. These flames are erupting out of it. It's smashing out and then like coming down, slamming. These skeletal arms stabilizing it. You realize that there's a few more different tracks or like different parts to this train that they look like they're almost large storage containers with the top open. Now, once more, we're dipping into this good place. So I'll give you a few seconds to mute. When I bring it back down, I'll give the TLDR after we get out of the body horror area. So these hands, these massive metal skeletal hands, reach into the back. And when you're looking at these containers, they're all people that are interlocked together, that are forming almost like a mesh that covers over it to hold whatever it is. It starts pulling people out and placing them down on the ground hard, just slapping them down and forming these people into tracks for the train. And they're bending and shaping completely. And they're smiling and they're alive as they're all chanting that they have a purpose. And the train starts moving, smashing buildings along the side. So this train starts pulling out people and making train tracks. It is moving forward, and you just hear this constant chant, "We have a purpose! We have a purpose!" As the train is starting to pick up speed, the hands are punching through parts of buildings, ripping them off. You watch as a portion of your saloon, the little side part that you just added with a nice, you found like a natural hot spring, it just rips it apart. It's water spraying everywhere as the train is moving forward on its new-found tracks and starting to pick up speed. Billy looks over at all of you.
What the hell is that? What the hell's going on? I don't like this one bit.
Demon train.
Demon train. You gotta get out of here, Billy. You take your remaining spider horses and go.
You don't gotta tell me twice when it comes to demon trains. I say no.
And how? And then Billy starts riding off with the hat never flying off.
It's incredible.
Always impressive.
Is the train... Oh, go ahead.
So the train is starting to pick up speed and it's starting to move. You hear a few people are screaming and trying to run. There are these arms that are reaching out. A few additional ones are growing out of the side of the train, and they're grabbing townsfolk that are trying to run and placing them in the storage containers in the back. What would you all like to do with the demon train?
You know, it can't make tracks if it don't got people in its storage containers. I wonder if we could open up the locks and let them out.
Does there appear to be like a way to open it, or is it just like a box created by people?
It seems like this mesh that is created by people, and they're all covered in steel. But you do know that trains are generally linked up at specific spots.
So can we like shoot off or like somehow disconnect the front train and then like won't have like the ending part where the containers are? And then maybe we can get people out.
Yeah.
Okay. Charlotte communicates that. It's like, so like disconnecting the first half of the train and kind of cutting it off wherever that joint is. Like, I know, Trace, you got those like sharpshooter skills right there. I can help as much as I can. And then, of course, Snalgo, your men can help with that too. Maybe someone distract, not the walruses.
Well, we gotta do something. We can't let our friends just be in danger.
And like Charlotte just looks at them sadly. It's just like
they look so determined. They're ready.
Oh yeah, we can run a distraction. And he directs his men to ride alongside like where the hands are, trying to pick people up and shoot at the hands.
Okay, rad. I'd say that is an open fire. As you are all, I imagine you're starting to follow this train, right? And trying to stop it. Okay. So yeah, roll an open fire as you are shooting at these hands.
All right. That is a 10.
10. All right. So you choose 2. So don't take too much harm, inflict terrible harm, create an opening opportunity, and gain a +1 going forward. Cover an ally to give them a hard advance, or secure a rough course. And do know that this thing will be also trying to hurt you in the process, so you can reduce the harm it does to you and your people.
Okay. I'm going to create an opening or an opportunity for an ally.
Okay, and you get to choose one more.
Oh, and then the don't get hurt too bad.
All right. So your men start riding up there, and they're firing off, and they're having just a real good time because it's just not often that they're allowed to just shoot indiscriminately. And so they are shooting at these hands as they're reaching for people, and you see like the hands are dropping the odd person. Some are still getting picked up, but for the most part, you've impeded them quite a bit as this train is starting to move out of the town. One of your men does get grabbed as your group takes one harm, and they're tossed into this mesh container. And the hands, though, you shot off a couple fingers. It does look like they can get injured. So now the train is moving out of town. It's putting down these people tracks, and it's starting to really pick up some speed as the flames are ripping out of the skeletal mouth in the front of the train.
Okay. I would like to try to shoot the whatever connects different train cars.
The
What's that? Like a fire with this? It's like a lock between
Like
train cars. Like
know.
you know, like that.
It's a
part.
circle and then a thingy that
Yeah.
we're all
hitch.
trainologists. Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. Sorry. Like
Coupling,
yeah.
Yeah, there you
go.
Coupling. Thank you.
The
Cassie.
coupling. Thank you
All
very
right.
much. And I will help out Trace if they're gonna go for that. Yeah.
Sweet. I will say act under fire, and Charlotte, you can roll to intervene to help.
Ooh, no.
9. Oh no.
I got it's a 7.
Okay.
I get a +1 from I gave you a forward.
Okay, 7, 8, and then Charlotte helps for 1.
Yeah, but I am exposed to danger or costs, so we'll see how that
Okay.
goes.
So 9 total.
Alrighty. So you just start firing off at this coupling. And the good news is, while you're all racing around this train is moving forward, the dust is kicking up, the hands are putting down the tracks, the mouth is screaming and roaring as creatures are running away. You ride up. Do you find where the coupling is? Unfortunately, while you're firing at it, these hands are reaching out and swiping at you and Charlotte. It's just too dangerous. Charlotte, you are firing off at these hands, and you do get one of the claws just kind of swipe across, and you take 1 point of harm as you start bleeding.
Yeah. Ah, jeez.
Trace,
Well,
you see on top of the main car of the train, there's this figure. They start getting up, and they have this duster on, and this hat, and the duster is flapping in the wind as 4 of these arms extend, and their hands are moving towards where pistols are.
all right.
Snalgo calls out, I think that's the bad guy.
Mm-hmm. I want to jump on the train and then shoot this guy. I think if I jump on the train, though, I'm going to be put in the worst possible hug, is my fear that I'm experiencing.
You do know at the moment, Snalgo has the hands pretty distracted along with Charlotte, so...
Okay.
it's
And the
possible.
Walrus gang will try and help and get you up there. We've got enough
All
that we
right.
could give a good boost.
A tower of walruses.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
All right. What are we gonna roll for this? I think it's another act under fire. You're trying to get up there. This is a dangerous, high pressure moment.
All right,
it's-
dice for real though. Come on.
This is an intervene for the Walrus to help out.
This is my
Ooh,
last-
intervene for a 9.
Okay, 8 plus 2. Oh, 10.
Get it.
Got that good rattle score.
All right, so you quickly rush up. You leap spider horses. You rush up this pyramid of Walrus. You leap onto the car. You like kind of skid a little bit on the top as it's so slippery. And the Walrus, unfortunately, one of the hands reaches down, grabbing Fishnetter. Fishnetter's like,
Fish
No!
netta.
no, as it's bringing them back and dropping them into
No.
the cab.
No. Okay.
this being on top of the train turns towards you. The wind is whipping around them. You see this newly made... Oh, the flipped mirrors throw me off. The newly made sheriff badge is on their duster. And it has the normal star, and at the end of each of the stars is a little skull. And it just says sheriff right across it. This 4-armed individual turns to you and they look up. You see they have this completely skeletal face. Their lower jaw is made out of steel. Their eyes are glowing this greenish color. And you hear their voice echo out.
Finally. Looks like I found myself a worthy opponent.
We've already got a sheriff, and he's a dog. And I would like to shoot him now.
Wait, who let that dog out?
And that's how you know he's truly a villain. All right.
Okay.
So you're up there. So we'll come back to you in just a moment as you're quickly reaching for your guns. We go over to so Snalgo and Charlotte. You watch as one of the walkers gets picked up and dropped into this cab, and you can see now the train itself is starting to shift and grow as these small little compartments along the side are starting to open up into doorways.
Like we can enter them? Like we can...
Looks like
Oh. This feels like a setup, but okay. Wait, so like there are doorways that open up into where the passengers or like the people have been taken into? Is that what you're talking about?
It's more the main cab. And you do see, though, where the people have been taken into, there's a door that opens on like the inner part and a door that opens on like the main cab's inner part where the coupling is.
Mm-hmm. Charles gonna look at Snalgo. This is like, well, might as well go in.
Maybe we can bust him out of there.
Maybe. From the inside, let's give it a try.
All right.
All right.
And she hops on into this demon human like person train to get in.
Snalgo is right behind Charlotte.
Rad. So you two jump in. Lift this bad boy up again.
And that's the last thing we ever did.
Rest in peace, my dudes.
Shit.
Give you a minute to mute yourselves. But as you jump into this train, you see that the insides, like the chairs, are just people that are sat in like this chair-like position. They're smiling. Even though they have all this metal that's been poured onto them, their eyes are open and blinking at you. Their mouths are open wide. Their tongue is like flapping out as if it's like the only thing they can really move aside from their eyes. They're all, you get to hear, purpose. We have a purpose. As they're stuck in this form. And then you start hearing the chanting, though, coming from the mesh net cart as people are starting to come in there. And these people are all just meats hanging off them. They have like this metal that's used to reinforce their bodies. And they have like these large clubs. Some have knives, some have axes, as they're starting to shift into this cab with the two of you. But behind you, you see that there are a number of controls that are set up for this train. But it's like a hand is set up for like the thing that you have to push. So you have to like interlock your hand with the hand and push it forward. Stuff like that. There are eyes that are all over that look like buttons. Like just all sorts of terrible things. So you jump into this train and the interior is all people. As far as I'll go with that for our gentle listeners.
I just saw all of everyone's face like do something at some point, and I was like, cool. I'm really glad I didn't hear that.
These metal zombies are coming in from the back compartment. They're coming in chanting that they have a purpose. And the controls for the control panel for the train are behind you, and they are all very gross.
Okay.
Snalgo, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go.
Oh, he's going to see if he can get his men to cover him for him while he takes a look at the controls, because he thinks he might be able to figure it out.
Hell yeah.
And I will help out and intervene on that to help with the men at the very least. Well, Snalgo does that.
All right. I don't want to just keep... I think this will be open fire because these creatures are fighting back.
I do also have a move for my crew specifically, where I roll plus strings for them to fight for me.
Hell yeah, do that.
All right. Let's see. It's 9.
9. So trade harm with the opposition and choose one. Take less harm, inflict more harm, create an opportunity or opening, cover an ally, or secure a rough course.
Inflict more harm. And he
All
turns to Jones and says, "Jonesy, you know the drill. Get
Hell
him."
yeah!
So he just pulls out a shotgun, cocks it, and aims over like, goddamn zombies. Charlotte, what did you get for your interview?
I failed. I had a 4. So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if anything happens when fail. It just says that, like, if you got a 7+, this is what happens. 10+. And I was like, so what happens when I...
Something bad.
Bad things. So first, your gang is taking 1 harm as they're trading blows. They're taking out some of the zombies that are coming forward, but like one of them gets dragged back into the mesh by like half a zombie as it's pulling away, and they're screaming. Charlotte, you're aiming your gun. You fire at a couple of these creatures, and then one of your people come out, and they're looking at you. Their eyes are completely black. Their mandibles are out of their mouth. They're reaching at you almost pleadingly with one hand, and it causes you to falter because you don't want to take out your kind. Your gun starts to go down as you hear, "Help, help." And then this knife comes with the other hand as it stabs into your side. You take 2 harm as you hear the rest of the sentence.
Help us fulfill our purpose.
God damn it. Okay, sorry. It was just like, oh, I will. Fuck. Ooh, and she is going to take several steps back from that. Can she, she doesn't want to shoot her kind, but she's going to definitely shoot him now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have to roll again, but...
First, we'll go over to our Walrus you're riding outside this. You're all on spider horses now. There was a few free ones, so you kind of split up, and now you got like your full gang riding around.
Yeah, we're going to use that gang in their well-armed fury to do 3 harm instead of the usual 2 with their rifles that they've managed to pull out and put together. And can I split where we're aiming, or can I only aim at like one target as a group?
I think one target, as they're kind of relying on your coordination.
Okay. I want to keep those hands distracted so that Trace has a clearer shot without getting harassed by the hands. So that would just be under fire, I think.
Yeah.
Oofta for a 13.
Oh, wow. So you just start opening up.
Yeah.
One of these hands go, and it's almost on Potato Peeler, and you hear this sound of like something charging up. A Potato Peeler shoots out this rifle. This Magitech blast fires forward, just blasting a hole through the hand as it pulls back, and it's just starting to like fall apart onto the ground as the other hands are laying down the tracks. This third hand is reaching out, trying to swipe at all of you, but you're managing to keep it at bay. Trace, you are up top. This 4-armed being is staring at you, and you're staring at them. The wind is whipping by the 2 of you. Your whiskers are flat against your face. Your ears are peeled back. your hands just over your pistols. It's time to roll for that showdown.
You're muted. Drea, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
Sorry.
You haven't.
I was very focused. So I rolled a 6. My rattle is 2. For a showdown, I have a move called Fill the Air with Lead. And on a 7 to 9, I get to name someone who will live or someone who will die.
Ooh.
NPCs only. No player characters.
All right. So, who would you like to name out of the NPCs?
I would like this skeleton train gunman to die. That would be my wish. And I think Trace pulls her pistols out from under her arms and looks at him and says, "I've got 9 lives. How about you?"
You say this, they look a little confused. All 4 of their arms come out with their guns. You go to pull the trigger, and you fire off both of your pistols. These 4 pistols all fire off at you. It's this slow motion as these bullets are passing just by each other. A few of them like clink into one another as it just slightly veers off. One of your bullets goes. It hits right into the shoulder, ripping off the arm of this undead sheriff as it goes flying off the train, as it's just picking up more and more speed. And then it looks over and goes, oh wait.
That was... Oh shit!
As this bullet comes, hits it right between the eyes, exploding the back of the skull as it stumbles forward. It goes to try to pick itself back up. You watch as these other bullets are coming. Suddenly, time's like speeding up. They hit right into you. So on a 7 to 9, you got that hit. So you do only take 1 harm from this, as they're just grazing you. And you watch as one of these hands, it gets ricocheted from the one bullet, hits the arm, flies off, hits the hand that was going back to grab another person, and it grabs the sheriff and slaps it down as a train track. As the train keeps on forging ahead. So, you're up top, feeling good, aside from getting grazed by a bullet, the wind's whipping by you, but you see something from up there, and Snalgo, you see it from inside the cabin. You both look up and you see one of the amazing, beautiful, massive walking cities. These cities house thousands of individuals, has some of the most advanced magitech, and it is slowly walking over the desert, and this train is heading right for it.
Ah, shit.
Well, Bandit, good news. Bone Sheriff is dead. Bad news.
Huzzah!
And points at the walking city.
Oh, shit. We gotta move the train. We gotta get it going somewhere else. Or stop it. Whichever's
Stop.
easier.
Snalgo is looking over the weird hand control.
So you see this hand control, and it's not fun. You got to put your hand and you have to lace fingers with it and use it. You're fairly certain this has to do with the throttle. You're not sure if it'll stop it, but you might be able to slow it down.
Okay, well, he's going to pull it as hard as he can.
All right, Snalgo. I'll say, kind of in a way, this is have dealings. You know, you're trying to force this train to do what you want, and it is alive. So roll plus shine.
Okay.
On a 10 plus, it accepts your terms. On a 7-9, you get to choose one of the following.
I got a 9 and my shine is 1.
All right, 10 plus. So you lock fingers with this very clammy hand. It's no. As you pull the hand back, you feel its nails are biting into your hands. Your claws are biting into it, and you're just pulling back hard as the train starts slowing down a bit. It's still moving forward, but you've definitely taken a little bit off of the momentum. You hear a voice ring out from the inside. We're going to lift this up here. Let's give you a moment. So, this voice rings out from the inside.
Next stop. Fatality.
And you watch as these mouths form. Oh, whoops! I accidentally dropped it. My bad. You watch as these mouths form along the sides, and Snalgo, you're there, and these tongues lick the side of your face. And you could see that they're reaching down to bite at Charlotte and the gang that you have in here. So this train rings out saying next stop, fatality. As it's riding towards this walking city, and these mouths start forming on the walls, looking like they're about to bite at you, Charlotte, and the people that are fighting against this horde. So Charlotte and Snalgo, what would you like to do? Snalgo, you have control of your gang, so you're kind of engaged with the controls, holding hands.
Wait, so like there's mouths coming out to attack us from this train? Like, is that what?
Yeah,
like,
they're very slowly like reaching out to kind of bite at you, and they're like off the walls that they're coming off of.
Okay. Charlotte's going to like clutch her side after being stabbed. Wait, is the knife still in my side? Actually, up to you.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
there.
All right. She's gonna leave that in for now, because
Yeah.
But she is going to like hold that, and then is the train considered an organism?
Yes.
Is it an organism that she can like turn into, or like at least turn into a hive mind?
You've never tried to turn a giant demon train into a hive mind, so I mean, there's a first time for everything.
So she is going to like look at that mouth that's slowly inching towards her, and then she's gonna. I don't have my squishmallow. I don't know if this counts as body horror or not, but
It
like
probably
she's gonna.
does.
Yeah, I'll
So, like,
hold this up there, so we'll
thank
give
you.
people
Appreciate it.
a second.
I appreciate all. So like she's going to like look down at her hand, covered in her own blood, and then like there's gonna be a slit that opens up, and then this bug, like I'm gonna say it like kind of looks like it could have been a spider, but it's got too many eyes all over its body, not just in front of its head. And it like pretty much crawls out, and then she's going to like direct it to the demon train mouth that's so invitingly opening its mouth for her already, and it scuttles away towards that. And then that's it for me. TLDR, she released one of her hive mind little buddies, and is going to put it in the train's offered mouth. So we'll see how that goes.
Smart. It's really smart.
I'll say this is a hold up.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Sorry, it's grit.
You're intimidating with a weapon?
Jesus Lord, please. All right, so I have a -1, and I got a 10, so that is a 9. But
that works.
Okay.
All right. So the opposing force can choose to skedaddle, dig in, and try to fight. But what happens is you toss this bug, and the mouth chomps down, and then like it's smiling, and then it turns into a frown, as it's starting to pull back. Like, no.
Yeah, I bet that tastes divine, doesn't it?
Snalgo, what are your gang doing?
I think that they are seeing that Charlotte is hurt. They've kind of surrounded her, like in a circle with their backs facing her and their guns pointing outward.
So they're just unleashing fire, trying to cover Charlotte. These mouths are starting to retreat from the gang. Why don't you go ahead and roll me another open fire?
That is a 7.
So you choose one on the list.
Okay. Cover an ally, and that ally is Charlotte.
All right, Charlotte. So the next thing you try to do, you get an additional +1. So your gang is firing off at these things. They're swinging axes. They're swinging clubs. They're getting blasted. You don't know how many of these damn things are coming out of that mesh. And you can kind of see in there, Snalgo, as you look over your shoulder. And Charlotte, you can see as you kind of turn. Inside there. Oh, man, I told you, this is my nightmare fuel. So I had a nightmare last night, and this is what I woke up to. But inside there, you see that the bottom it's like these long, stretched out limbs and necks and the heads. They're like these heads are coming out. They're hairless and smiling as they're reaching out. In their teeth, there are pieces of metal. People are trying to move away from them, but like these limbs just kind of wrap around people and start stretching them as they're putting the metal on them and forging it into them. And these people are screaming and shouting. You see Fishnetter is cowered in a corner trying to get away. And these just long limbs are like snaking. It's almost like a sea of snakes, but it's people. And they're just creating more of these things. And you see the hands, when they reach down, they pull like these snake people out to use them for the tracks. So looking into there, you see that there are creatures, snake-like creatures that were once people that are creating more of these zombies.
Okay.
I woke up to that and I noped so hard out of my own dream.
Your dream literally said eat to your own subconscious. Continue.
Yeah. Use this tomorrow. All right.
Hurt others as I have hurt you.
So that's the horror that you see that's happening in there. We go back to Trace as you're up top. The hands are still reaching back and bringing out people to use for the train tracks. This train is not moving as fast, but it's still decent pace.
Okay. Well, I've done my cool thing. You guys have got the rest. No, so there's hands, and those are shootable. And then I tried shooting. It was too dangerous, or it was too the coupling between the cars can be shot, but it was too dangerous before because of the hands.
The hands made it difficult, and it seems like it was hard to shoot at, but it might be something that you could physically take care of.
It might be what?
Like you could like jump down there and try to deal with it.
That I would like to do that.
All right, Trace. This is a real heavy act under fire.
Okay.
I would like our walkers game to still be providing some sort of like distraction for the hands, so hopefully intervene a little bit and help.
Yeah, I'm picturing us working together to do this in some combination.
Yeah.
Whatever makes sense.
All right.
I could cover Bandit, or I could jump down. Whatever.
Who wants to jump down and do it, or like jump up? And who wants to do the cover fire? Because that'll determine who rolls act under fire and who rolls intervene.
You got a preference?
I think Bandit's pretty pissed off that his fishnet is in their car, and he's going to want to handle the coupling himself if he can.
All right. So
Right.
Trace will just give covering fire from the top of the train.
Okay, so Trace, roll to intervene. Bandit, roll to act under fire.
What's the act under fire?
Plus rattle.
Okay, that's gonna be 12.
Oh, I got a 12 too.
Wow, teamwork.
Hell yeah.
So Bandit, you're riding close to your spider horses, just galloping, just frantically towards this train. The wheels are just churning forward. The sand is ripping up. You can hear a constant chant of "We have a purpose." You jump up there, your little walrus body. It's like Gimli in Lord of the Rings. You just sail as you land onto where this coupling is, and you know a fair decent amount about technology. You're no inventing wizard like Snalgo the Great, but you know a thing or two. So you reach down, you're dealing with little like switches. These zombie things are all coming towards you, and Trace, you are up there just bang, bang, bang. You're just blasting as you just are ripping these zombies apart. They're going flying, sailing off into the desert. Some of them are getting picked up and used as components, and you are covering as Bandit. You lift this piece, and it gets decoupled from the train. So there's only one arm on this, and the two arms are on the main cab. But as you look up, you see back there is this sea of like snake-like people and fishnetter in the back cowering.
Oh, Bandit's gonna pull out his own rifle now, and it's gonna be one of those, like, fling it around his arm to get it into position. I'm coming for you, fishnetter. No walkers left behind.
All right, are you gonna jump to that cab as there's starting to be a bit of distance?
Yep, we're gonna try. I hope I don't eat a bunch of dirt here. It's like 8 worth of dirt there.
Okay,
So it's not bad.
So you leap. You're sailing through the air. Your mustache is just flapping around as you're looking, and Fishnetter catches your eye, and both you stare at each other with a mutual understanding of you will never leave each other's side as you are flying through the air. And as you reach out your hands, you forget that you had the rifle. And you're just like, Fishnetter, I'm coming, as your rifle is sailing off to the side. But you do roll onto this cab, and your rifle clatters into the dirt, the sand, as the train just keeps like splitting apart. We'll go to you other 3 on this cab. The hands are now starting to work overtime. They're starting to take pieces off of the train. And you, Trace, you're up top of the train. You start watching as the train is starting to bubble and form. This humanoid form, this upper half of a torso, is starting to form out of the top of the train. At the center of it, so it's not too top heavy on the forward part. And you watch as it forms up into this probably about 12-foot sized being. Its body is composed of banded metal. Its hands, one of them is a hammer, one of them is tongs. It turns to you with this face. I'll hold up this thing right here. Give me a second. This face, it's just a gaping hole. And it's this bloody hole. Someone completely scooped out everything. And you see there's just this gore that remains. And this large steel skull as it looks back at you. So this giant being has no face, but it clearly looks like the face has been taken away.
Okay. So to get the lay of the land right, so we're on a train, and we detached a car, like a back car. How many cars are left, and what happened to the one we detached?
So there was 2 cars full of people, and then you detached both of them. So now you're just on like the front part of the train, the engine. So it's just the engine moving forward, and Bandit got split off in the other 2 cars. So the three of
Okay.
you are on the engine. You're on top. Those two are inside.
As we part, do I have time to throw Bandit one of my pistols so that he's not unarmed?
Yes.
Please turn the safety on before you do that.
If I
what?
roll bad, we'll see, huh?
Yeah, just
Don't shoot me.
just roll to intervene, like you're gonna help out Bandit.
Man, these rolls are so hot. I got an 11.
Hell yeah! So you throw this pistol, and Bandit, you know what's coming. You stand up, you kind of dust yourself off your parka, you're getting the sand off it. You hold up a hand, and this pistol just like hits into your hand. You thought it was gonna be something like a club or something, like I could defend myself. Thanks, Trace.
Oh.
And you just like hit this pistol. Oh, the safety's off.
Oh, Lord.
But it did not go off in your hand.
Thank goodness.
Snalgo wants to flip the cab of the train. He wants to like try to turn it sharply enough that it jumps the tracks and flips over, like onto its side.
All right, so you got one free hand still. I think we're gonna do another have dealings.
All right. Ooh, let's shine. Nope, that's a 6.
I will let Charlotte help if you'd like.
I was gonna ask. I was like, can I help out?
Yeah, you can roll
Please.
intervene. Remember
Please
your
help Snalgo.
+1 from
Oh yeah,
Snalgo
right, yeah,
before.
yeah. All right, intervene.
Oh no.
Oh wait, I think that, yeah, it's a 7. So I was like,
All right. So,
Thank you for that +1. Jesus.
Snalgo, you're reaching over for this other control. And it's yeah. So yeah, I guess this would be. All right, so I'll give you a second.
Off we go again.
So it's these two eye holes, and these eyes are there. You got to put your fingers in them, and it's gross as hell. I mean, that's the best I could describe the situation. Anybody who did this, if they did it at that moment, they'd say this is gross as hell. And so you see Charlotte's like, no, and stabs. So Charlotte, you stab down onto these two gross ass buttons, and it's gross as hell. It's nasty. It's not a fun situation. But you have to
Yeah.
hold this. It's like your one hand you want, just like the kind of like clamps down these eyes just shut. So it's like two eyelids, and they're holding onto your fingers, and the train starts like slightly shifting. Trace, you are up top, and the train starts to shift as you're up there. You suddenly realize this massive being you watch as they're trying to slam their hammer and tong down to try to shift the train to go on its proper course. What would you like to do?
Roll for parkour. No,
Yes.
I think I would like to shoot it. I think I would like to shoot it so it stops trying to right the train.
All right, open fire.
Uh-oh. That's a 6.
Oh no! And there is no one up there with you.
There's no saving that.
You pull at this pistol, looking at this thing as it looks over at you, just kind of like nonchalantly. It grabs you with its tongs and just starts slamming you down on the top of the train. As you're like, no. And it's using its one hammer to try to correct the course. So right now, it's like a competition between Charlotte and Snalgo and this massive being as you're getting closer and closer to this walking city. Right now, you are taking 2 points of harm, Trace.
Ooh. Hey, at what point do you die? Is my question.
What are you at?
I was at 4.
Okay.
And with 2 more, I'm now at 6.
When you hit the 0. Oh, wait. So what's your... Looking up
I don't-
rules of gun sight. They do have dying. Dun, 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 dun. This is the fun part of every actual play. Everyone
all pause.
loves. What are the rules? Harm. Ooh. Okay.
Am I dead? Did I just die?
Are you at 6?
If you just dealt 2 harm to me, I am at 6 now.
All right, you're not dead, but if anything has
stiff
anything
breeze.
to you, you are getting slammed down on this train, and it just kind of flings you. You are ragdolling, and let's see here. So 6 harm. You are down and out, no moving for you. If by some miracle you get medical attention, you might never be the same, but at least you can retire. So
Okay. No moving, no shooting. Just lay there. Be sad.
So you are, let's see. Snalgo, I'll let your gang try to roll something if they want to catch this sad cat.
Help me.
Yes. Yeah, so can they like do they see this happening?
They see a cat suddenly flying down, so like one of them can kind of reach out and grab Trace from the air.
All right, yeah.
You see a bobcat in a duster jacket flying through the air.
There's so
All
much
right.
blood.
I rolled a 10.
All right, so your main person, is it Jonesy?
Yep.
Oh, so Jonesy reaches out, grabs this cat, and like, oh, got you, bud. As they they pull you back in, there's more of these dead that are swarming forward. Your gang is like trying to push them back, and they're just brutalizing. Your gang takes another point of harm as you just see like another one of your people are fallen. As there's not a whole lot of these dead left, but your gang is also equally getting exhausted. And so you manage to catch Trace, pull Trace back in, and Trace is looking rough. And we go over to Bandit. Bandit, you are standing there with a pistol. This sea, it's like a sea of people. Snakes are moving. Most of the people are gone out of here now. There's some of the zombies that are starting to move. A couple towards you, a couple towards Fishnetter. And you watch as 2 of these snake people are like diving through the other snake people towards Fishnetter. Fishnetter looks at you. I don't want to be no zombie.
Oh, you won't. You got your net? We're going fishing today, boy.
I always got my net.
All right, what you gonna do? You gonna wait till they get close, so you gonna net them, and I'm gonna pistol. And we're gonna meet in the middle. And we're gonna get the hell out of here.
All right. What one do you want to do? Act under fire or open fire?
We should probably do act under fire. I think would probably be the most applicable.
Okay. So roll plus rattle.
Oh, dice, please. Please hold out. That's an 8.
So you're shooting at these zombies. And it's a few of them are taken down as you're rushing forward. Fishnetter throws this net up, and it catches the 2 snake people as they're kind of intertwining and winding in this ball as this net formed around them. The weight's putting it down. 2 more zombies are coming towards Fishnetter though, and you are acting a little more hazardly than you normally would because one of your own is in danger. You feel this club hit right into the side of your head as you take 2 points of harm.
Ugh.
Join
Have the rest
purpose.
But
Oh. I got my own purpose. Get the hell out of here. Where's the rest of my gang currently?
when they saw you jump, they're all riding back towards you.
Okay. I take it they're not close enough to do anything quite yet, or?
They're not close enough to like get in there and do stuff, but they're pretty much like at the cart now. But
So if I tossed Fishnetter, they could catch him.
Yes.
We're gonna toss this walrus.
All right, toss this baby walrus. I'll say roll an intervene. And for your history, add a +2 because you and Fishnet are pretty close.
Okay. Oh, it's a good thing we did the +2 because that brings me to 7.
All right. So you take Fishnetter and you hurl them. They go sailing out, their mustaches flapping in the wind. Oh! And then you watch as Cuddler just grabs on and gives a good hug as they rip on by, catching Fishnetter. But unfortunately, you're still in there. And these human snakes come out of the ground. There's so many of them. It's like you're standing in a people snake pit. And they just start wrapping around your torso. And you feel the strain as they're crushing you. You take 1 point of harm. We'll come back to you in just a moment. As we go back to the other two, you two are fighting this massive being. You're trying to flip this train. Snalgo, like you're pushing up, pushing down, pushing up, pushing down. She's like really messing with the throttle of this. Charlotte, you are trying to get this train to turn. Just the controls are not very intuitive. Whoever designed this, they did not make this easy. As you were trying to make this train move. What would the two of you like to do? You are very close now to this walking city. You can see in the distance like these legs moving down as they're slamming into the earth, and then the sand is all blowing up towards you.
Like we're still trying to turn it, right? Like that's what we're still trying to do. And I know I sent a tiny spider out somewhere into this train. I don't know if it's.
I'll give you a +1. You're kind of like messing with it from the inside. That was a good move.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try to get. Well, like continue to try to turn this train and have it do what I want at the very least, or like make it stutter. So I guess what is that? That's
a have dealings.
Shine, baby shine. Okay, 10.
All right, and Snalgo, so this is going down. The train is starting to lurch. What would you like to do? As you feel that the being on top is starting to try to correct the train itself.
Is Snalgo aware that there's a being on top?
You can see like the hammer coming down and the tongs, and there's like something roaring up top. So you have a pretty good idea that there's something up there.
Okay, can he lean out of the window and try to shoot at the hand that's holding the hammer?
Hell yeah.
All right. So that's open fire.
Yeah.
Grit. My grit is -1, but I rolled a 9, so that's still an 8.
All right, so you fire up at this thing. You're firing off your pistol, hitting at this hammer hand, and it's throwing it off, so it's not able to properly connect. This train is racing forward. The hands are ripping off more and more pieces. Like the back of the cab is now very open. These undead are getting kicked out by the remaining parts of your gang, and these hands are slapping down the last pieces of the track as it's coming up, and it's just starting to tilt on its side. This like skeletal mouth opens up at the front. These flames just bellow out as you hit down. Snalgo, you take as you're leaning out and the train is tipping and smashing. You're gonna take 1 point of harm as you just kind of like stumble back in and like slam into the controls, and it kind of hurts your wrist because your hand's still interlocked with this damn thing. And the train is skidding and pushing and moving. This being is roaring on top, and then the train finally comes to a stop. While you are there, you're kind of like trying to get sense of everything. Your ears are ringing. You're looking around. You see that there are people coming down on these raptors. They're flying down. They're attacking at these undead. The tracks themselves are starting to come up as these snake people are attacking at these soldiers. Just so many of the soldiers are coming down to assist and try to take out whatever the hell it is. You are all very much just getting pulled out of there. And you watch This being that's lacking a face, they lift themselves out of the train. You watch as their legs start forming. They are looking around, somewhat dazed, confused. People are firing blasts at this thing, but none of the attacks seem to be doing anything. As it takes this one piece out of it, you see this gleaming part of this blade. It's shining, this beautiful white light. As it drops it down onto the ground, you watch as the bright blade just sinks into the sand. It turns towards all of you. You hear its voice echo out.
I just want my face back.
As it starts to just move into the desert, all the attacks seemingly doing nothing against this creature. Bandit, your gang comes in there, and you make short work of these creatures. You're pretty hurt. You don't know how long it's going to take to rest up with this one, but your gang is taking you over to where everyone else is. You see the dismantled parts of these trains. The top is pretty much ripped out. There are medics that are rushing over, trying to help Trace, and Trace is looking in a pretty bad way. But the four of you are together at the moment.
I'm just so happy y'all are okay.
I could say the same to you. Trace ain't looking too good, though.
Yeah.
Put her in the cuddle puddle. we cuddle and it'll be fine.
Wait, no, I'm a doctor. Just stop.
Oh, well, okay, do what you're doing, and then we'll cuddle after that. But
Yeah, cuddle puddles tend to do some healing. I've heard.
Cuddling is the best medicine.
Snalgo goes to the lead medic and hands him the pain medication that Dr. Slice and Dice gave him earlier and says, maybe this will help.
Oh, wow. I don't know how the hell you have this. This is illegal, but no, this is good. This will do great. I'm not going to look a gift spider horse in the mouth. All right. So they're applying this medicine, and it's working great, Trace. You are feeling awesome. You're just kind of like laying there.
Trace, she looks up at Snalgo and says, sniffles, snuggles. Come
Snalgo leans
over.
in.
She gently reaches both little furry hands up around his face and says, I know your name is Snalgo.
I think you need to get some rest.
It's all right. I have 8 more lives.
So the four of you get medical attention, and you are questioned by so many different experts and guards, you name it. It takes probably a few days to get away from this walking city as they ask you every question under the sun because they don't understand what the hell that was or what even just happened. Everyone's very concerned that no weapons seemed to harm this creature, and it just wandered off into the desert. People are having a hard time locating it. You all managed to get contacted by ST3V3. This mechanical parrot just drops off money to each of you as you're relaxing, a large bag of 1,000 gold pieces to do whatever you wish. And you all get to finally relax as this demon people train has been laid to rest. That was our adventure.
yay! We did it!
Congratulations.
Barely, but we did it.
Hey, we're alive.
That was very fun. Thank you,
That was
Lucas.
really
that was
awesome.
great.
That was amazing.
I'm glad you enjoyed this horror train. I'm very glad you stopped it because I'm actually a big fan of these walking cities, and I was like, this is gonna make me pretty sad. So I was like, I have to destroy one.
This is like, we cannot have anything bad happen to the walking city. We got it. Like,
Yeah.
Save it.
We gotta save it.
This was an absolute blast. What did you all think about this setting, Gunsight?
It's very fun.
Yeah,
It was
I
a lot
love
of
it.
fun.
Yeah.
I've never played a Western before, so this was like, I would like.
That's not true.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
we
No,
played.
we did.
You
like
did,
one shot
yeah.
wise, yeah, we did. More like along the lines of, man, I wish that we could continue doing this, or like whether it's like just a private game. Like I was like, I kind of want to get into the vibe. Like I want to like fully hunker down in Western territory. Let's do it. But yeah, besides that, this is dope. I love this. So.
If any of you listeners want to check this out, this is Gunsight, written by Christopher Wargo. I will put the name in the chat because, I never know. But it's a really fun system. It's not too hard to pick up once you kind of got that ball rolling. It's got a lot of different playbooks that you can play and go through. So definitely check it out. I always like trying out different systems with these shorter sessions to kind of get a feeling, because D&D is a very long game. You could play it for a long time without trying anything new. So it's always good to jump in with new things. But thank you very much, everyone, for coming out to listen, and all you four for joining me in this. You all did absolutely amazing, and you made this story 10 times better than what I wrote. So it has become absolute gem. And if you are all wondering,
Wait a minute, but I want to hear more of these people.
well, great news, because they have podcasts. So definitely go check out Bad Heroes. Go check out Lovely Craftians. Do that real rad thing and leave one of those iTunes reviews. I heard word on the street is they're like gold in the podcasting world. So just leave those good ones. But thank you all for joining us. This has been absolute treasure. I'm very excited to jump into season 2. If everyone wants to go around and just give a sign off where we can find you, anything that you want to recommend. I've been your DM this evening. You can find me, Man in the Ballad of the 7 Dice Twitter, at Ballad7Dice. Our show, Rise of Nyarlathotep, following a group known as the Randos, who are going to be dealing with this mess that is the world that I created. So you can join them for some fun times starting next Tuesday. Same time, same channel. But I definitely recommend, if you want an amazing Pathfinder journey, you better hop on over to Bad Heroes. And if you want some Call of Cthulhu action, you go check out Lovely Craftians, because both these shows will get you hooked. Lian.
I'm Lian, and I co-produce, and I'm a cast member on Bad Heroes, and you can find us on Twitter at Bad Heroes Cast. And we are we're rapidly headed towards the finale of our second major story arc, and stuff is getting spicy.
Nice.
Yes, we are ridiculously proud of it, I would say.
In terms of a recommendation, another show that I've enjoyed listening to is called The Chosen Ones. And so they are actually they are both a YouTube sort of visual novel style D&D homebrew campaign, and as well as a podcast that they put out. So it's in multiple formats if you prefer one over the other. And they just have a great cast of really endearing characters and a great story.
Rad. Dre.
Hey, I GM Bad Heroes Cast. If you enjoyed surprisingly adorable characters in a pretty dark and scary situation, you will probably enjoy our show, because it's basically like that. The characters are really likable and the world is pretty scary. So that's sort of our vibe. My recommendation would be a sci-fi audio drama called Apollyon. It is a bit of a genre shift from this, but it's really well written. The first episode is out and the other 9 are coming out soon. And it explores life after a pandemic, which is kind of relevant. But yeah, it's a really well-written audio drama. So if that speaks to you, that would be a good place to look.
Awesome. Cassie.
So I am the game monstress for the Lovely Craftians. You can find us over there at any time, Twitter, at Lovely Craftians. I have a personal Twitter that is not nearly as active, Lovely GM _ Cassie. And let's see, what do I want to recommend? I want to recommend Tabletop Potluck. That's a good one if you want little quick forays into different gaming systems. So they'll have little story arcs for different sorts of, like they'll trial run a game for you. Sam and I jumped in for a Delta Green arc, which was very fun. So it's nice if you don't want to sign on for an entire season of something or 4 seasons of something, which you probably should. Just saying. It's good for a quick, will I like this? Why or why wouldn't I kind of thing. So definitely check it out.
And Sade.
Me. All right, last one. So hello, Sade. I play Glenn Bishop on the Lovely Craftings podcast. And I played Ambrosia Dubois before, if you're not caught up, so I apologize for that. But on top of that, and my recommendation, because I finally have some because I've been listening to things, is called Roll for Weird. So it's a Monster of the Week. They stream on Twitch, but they edit it for podcast listening. Each episode is so if you're one of those people like me that listen that likes to just listen to one long thing for a very long time, instead of like, it's like only like 20-30 minutes. This is 3 hours each episode. It's funny as all hell. I absolutely love it. I died. I probably shouldn't listen to it while you're in a meeting. Which I did by accident, but hey, who cares? No, I wasn't on camera. Another one that is an audio drama that I like is called Darkest Night. That one does have a lot of gore in it that I have to skip through, unfortunately, but like a lot of good stories, and it's pretty much very similar to like a foundation that's doing shady shit behind the scenes, and we need to the people need to get to the bottom of it. Sound familiar? So yeah, but those are my 2 recommendations, and they are pretty lit, so enjoy.
That's awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for this finale of Rise of Nyarlathotep High Noon. We will be coming back with the randos next Tuesday. And thank you all once again, everyone, for playing along. This has been an absolutely stellar game. Everyone, make sure you check out their podcasts. I want to hear those downloads going. All right, everyone. Until next time, we'll see you all on Tuesday.